All right, welcome to part 4 of the calm trading methodology. We're going to dive even deeper. Let's get right into it. Let's go to, we're going to go to this video. There's this video, I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy named Simon Sinek.
About 3.5 years ago, I made a discovery. And this discovery profoundly changed my view on how I thought the world worked, and it even profoundly changed the way in which I operate in it. There's a pattern. As it turns out, all the great and inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, whether it's Apple or Martin Luther King or the Wright brothers, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was codify it. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. By why, I mean what's your purpose, what's your cause, what's your belief? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Here's the best part. None of what I'm telling you is my opinion. It's all grounded in the tenets of biology, not psychology, biology. If you look at a cross-section of the human brain looking from the top down, what you see is the human brain is actually broken into 3 major components that correlate perfectly with the golden circle. Our newest brain, our Homo sapien brain, our neocortex, corresponds with the what level. The neocortex is responsible for all of our rational and analytical thought and language. The middle 2 sections make up our limbic brains, and our limbic brains are responsible for all of our feelings, like trust and loyalty. It's also responsible for all human behavior, all decision-making, and it has no capacity for language. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. You know, sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures, and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right.
It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. But one of the things that I want to get to, first and foremost, it's really interesting, the why, the how, and the what. How well it correlates to is the way the why, the how, and the what corresponds to our trading. And our individual ideas around the why, that why are a little different. For some of you, it's to see the 7 wonders of the world. For some of you, it's to travel with your wife. For some of you, it's to spend time with your children, with your family. For some of you, it's to be able to go, I don't know, just go grab coffee with your partner in the morning. To be able to not work, to be able to not be tied to like somebody controlling your fate by being able to lay you off. Our whys are different, but they all fit within that definition of what is happiness. So the why is something that we all have very much in common. Then we go to the next ring of that golden circle that Simon Sinek was talking about, which is the how. Well, how do we accomplish that why? Well, for me, how I do it is I won't trade for more than 2 hours a day. I won't trade the first half hour of the day. I'm going to be conservative when I first start trading. I'm going to spend 20 minutes getting everything set up the way that I like it. I'm going to shut it down when I get to about 500 in profit. I'm going to shut it down when I get to about $250 in loss. Think about those conditions. Your conditions for trading is being the how, the next ring out. How are you going to accomplish this? We know why you're trading. Now, how will you trade? And then the what, that outermost ring, the what is the technical aspect of your trading, the strategy of your trading. Thinking about my trigger entry strategy. Oh, I look for a trigger candle with 14 points of price action and more than 1400 in volume on the 1 minute candle. And it's like higher than the last 5 wicks. And it's got increasing volume. It's going with the trend. And I'm looking for 15 to 30 ticks as my stop loss, 10 to 20 ticks as my profit. If it goes past the last price level, maybe I'll let it get to 8 ticks and give or take, depending on volatility. And if I've been in the trade for 30 to 90 seconds, 90% of my profitable trades are within 30 to 90 seconds. And then, if it's outside of that 30 to 90 seconds, if it's in that 3 to 5 minute time frame, I better close it because I know that 90% of my trades that I hold longer than 4 minutes are losing trades, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I know exactly what I do when I trade, exactly what I do when I trade, because I spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours doing it, learning it, knowing it inside and out. I know what I do. Oh man, you can tell I get fired up about this, can't you? I mean, this is why it's my favorite. This is the stuff that really, really matters. You're doing great. I know this was a short video. The next one's going to be short as well, and that's going to wrap up the calm trading methodology. So let's get to the next lesson.